Welcome back. We're going to be talking about how to plan your rehearsal. So your rehearsal and your rehearsal dinner are two different things. The rehearsal dinner typically you have after you've practiced your rehearsal. The rehearsal itself should take place in the same location that your ceremony is going to take place. That is not always something that's workable. Sometimes they may have another event going on, so you can have it at a local park or something like that. But if you can, have it at the same location. Also, I would suggest that you have your bridesmaids wear the same shoes that they're going to be wearing the day before so they can practice walking in their shoes. And then also I would suggest having it the same time of day. That way, if you need to work out any last minute issues, like you may need shading that you didn't know that you would need the day before, and hopefully you have that planned out ahead of time, but at least if you have the rehearsal at the same time as the ceremony, it kind of gets people a little bit used to what the conditions are going to be for the actual ceremony itself. So you do have some worksheets with ceremony and the lineup with the procession and how everybody should be lined up. And there we have all kinds of different suggestions for you, whether the groom comes in with his parents or comes in with the minister, or if he comes in with his groomsmen, if the bridesmaids are coming down alone or with groomsmen, or however. You have all kinds of different options for that. But you do have a diagram to lay that out. And you're going to fill out that diagram of how you would like that the procession to be, and that information you're going to be passing on and putting in the binder for your wedding day coach. And that person should attend the rehearsal also, because they're the ones that are going to cue people as they're coming in. They'll tell the bridesmaids when to go out, they'll cue the DJ, they may cue the minister, and they're going to be guiding your guests and your bridal party to their positions where they need to go after. So that is important for your wedding day coach to be there. So you need to have the parents there, you need to have your groomsmen there, you need to have the bridesmaids, maid of honor, matron of honor, anyone who is going to be coming into the church during the ceremony. I would suggest not having significant others attending the rehearsal. It typically causes a little bit more visiting and not being productive in getting your rehearsal done on time. So if it is possible, I would have only the bridal party and your parents and grandparents, or anyone that's going to be participating in the ceremony at the actual rehearsal itself. And then I would plan to have at least an hour for your rehearsal. Some rehearsals get done in half hour, or our typical rehearsals are done in about a half hour, but we have a lot of experience doing it and we've developed a system, so ours get done pretty quickly. But then when you have to factor in some people may be late and there could be a lot of visiting, and we do have a lot of bridesmaids and groomsmen that are goofing around and not paying attention, so that can expand the time. And if you are not planning on all of that playful having fun, you could end up getting stressed out because you haven't planned enough time. So make sure that you have about an hour for the rehearsal. And then after that, then you'll invite people to the rehearsal dinner. The rehearsal dinner includes typically the bridal party and their significant others and your parents and grandparents. And if you want to, you can include some out-of-town guests or really close friends. But you still want to keep that a very intimate party. Now, at your rehearsal dinner, this is the time that it's appropriate for your bridal party and family and friends to tell as many stories as they want, have speeches, maybe have photo montages, things like this that will be significant to the people that are attending. If you've read in our toasting etiquette, you'll see that at a wedding, the toasting etiquette should really be a toast that's kept to just a minute or so, and it really should be just geared around well wishes. We try to have you steer away from telling a lot of long stories at those toasts, because there's so many people that are at the wedding that those stories really are not significant, and they may not understand all of the relevance to those stories. And so sometimes we can have long, what we'll call boring speeches, where people just maybe are getting bored of sitting there listening to these speeches. But it's great to have those at the rehearsal dinner because it's a little bit more relevant to everybody that's there. So I hope that that helps, and I know that you're going to have a fun and great rehearsal.